Looking for new ways to use video in your law firm marketing? Stay tuned. Hi, Mike Swanson for the Law Practice Channel. If you're looking for ways to use video maybe a little differently in the marketing of your law firm, stay tuned because I've invited two experts in the matter to join us today from New York City live. I have Bill Resigliano and Mike Sorrentino. Guys, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Great to be here.
Yeah, and been friends for a while, and we appreciate the work that you do, Bill, as a plaintiff lawyer in your community. And today I want to ask you a little bit about marketing. Can you tell me just a little bit, though, about how you got started together in video?
I cold emailed Bill, and we became fast friends. Bill was one of my very early clients. He was doing video on Facebook and YouTube with some success and wanted to really improve on it and also take some of the labor out of his own firm and put it on somebody else. So my company was specializing in short form digital video production, and Bill and I worked together and really took everything up a notch, but also we were able to really work together in unique ways to show the work that his firm is doing, as well as educate not only potential customers, or clients, but other firms and just anybody who's been in a car accident, maybe learning about the important first steps to take. What we found in marketing, and Bill, you probably could speak to this better than I, what was really successful was making content that was informative, that wasn't a sales pitch, that was, as you know, Mike, it's really better to give than to sort of push.
Yeah, I agree. I think what we set out to do initially was just to inform people about various areas of our practice. And what was great about meeting Mike was at the time, as he said, we were making our own videos, but the production quality was very poor, certainly in comparison to what we're doing now. And Mike really helped us to take it up a notch. And what we found was, while I brought the legal acumen to the marketing and the stories we wanted to tell and the information we wanted to provide regarding the areas of practice that we had, Mike had the expertise in video and in production to really make it come across in a digestible way that people would watch and also understand.
To some of our viewers right now, they're looking at you on screen with New York City in the background, on these cool microphones and everything, and they're wondering, man, how do I get started? It seems like an insurmountable hurdle, especially for somebody like maybe not my age group. I'm in my late 50s, and this stuff baffles me. Thankfully, I have a team here that takes care of that. But how would a lawyer get started if they don't have that kind of technical background?
Well, I'm in the same ballpark as you, Mike, so I'm in the same age range. I think the first thing that you have to acknowledge if you're a practicing attorney is video is the way to go. People want to see video. That's how they get their content. That's how they get their information. They really want to see a video production of the information that you're trying to provide to them, whether it be the type of firm you have, the type of practice you have, whether you want to make an announcement about something that's going on in your firm. They want to see video. And I think that the first step is acknowledging that it's the best way in which to project or portray what you want to the general public in terms of your firm.
It's also important to know that it's that content, it's that messaging that's important. It's not, the flashy lights, the cityscape. It's not that. It's about what you're saying. And yes, part of it is how you're saying it, but production value can be built. What needs to be truly earned from the audience is their respect as you, as the message deliverer. And so truthfully, any firm that is trying to reach somebody needs to know that your phone in your pocket is a much better camera than the video cameras when I was working in broadcast television just a few years ago. So you have the ability to make, content and great video very easily with free apps and the phone you have in your pocket. Another thing is live broadcasts are a great tool. Bill's been doing a lot with his partner, Frank, and we found a lot of success with it. And what's great about live is the production value is much more forgiven by the viewer because they know it's live and they want to tune in for the information. And that live video, by the way, becomes an on-demand product, which then lives on.
And what I love about the live streams are we feel as though it's our free online legal clinic. We have a connection with the public and with the audience that we wouldn't necessarily have. And we're in a tall office building. We don't get to access people in that way other than through the live stream. And we have a way of directly contacting the general public, answering their questions, giving them information, and in turn, seeing a return on our business.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think it's amazing. I would always be afraid of what people would ask maybe live or whatever. Have you?
Well, you choose the right question.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So because you never know on the internet what kind of crazy is going to show up, I suppose.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Wow. Well, what if somebody doesn't really have a budget for all this? What recommendation might you have for them?
Start small. So you can do it on a zero budget. Everybody's got a Facebook page. It costs you nothing. Your phone you already have, I'm assuming. It has the ability to go live from anywhere. A good example of this is a friend of mine that has a financial investment company. He does what he calls a walk and talk. And so on his way in to work every morning, he thinks about what he's going to say. He uses a selfie stick and he does a quick little minute or two just discussion of the day's news or the events, his take on it. He puts it out there on Twitter, and it's a great piece of content. So that's important. But again, production value can be developed over time, but it can be done with an iPhone or any phone with zero budget. What's important is to be thoughtful about the content you make. Every time Bill comes up with a topic, there's so much more thought put into what are you going to say, and how do you choose the topics?
I think that you come up with a concept and then we develop a script. And one of the things that I would add is doing it yourself is definitely a good way to go. But if you decide that you want to up your production value and you want to hire someone like Mike to do the work, you can do it inexpensively. We write our own scripts. Very often, Mike will have us cut many different videos at once. So there's ways to fray the cost. You'd be surprised at how high a quality production you can get for a lot less money than you would expect.
Whether maybe a lawyer, Bill, wants to get your perspective, uniquely before he calls Mike, or if he just wants to contact Mike directly, I imagine you'd be willing to speak to somebody if they had questions.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I would also add, Mike, is the way that Mike and I got involved was I sort of have the legal background, obviously, and Mike has the production background. And what we found was it was very easy to marry those two things. I wanted to tell my client stories from a legal perspective, but I needed somebody who had production value to do that. And what we found, the way that we go about doing things is he and I sit down in a meeting and we start to plan how we're going to present it. I come up with the topic and then he and I together say, okay, here's how we want to share that information, that story with the general public. And we've found that having our two diverse backgrounds works perfectly in this particular field. And that's how we're, I think, able to communicate these legal issues, these legal topics so effectively to the general public.
And so that's where, if anybody wants to give a call, Bill and I, we do work together for working with other firms who want to make marketing videos. And we provide that sort of unique skill set.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your success, both legally and now in video as a video team. And we sure appreciate you spending time with us today. So thanks again for being here. We'll have you back soon.